Chapter 3. So you said you had some notes on Chapter 3.
Yeah. So this one, it opens. I don't quite remember where it opens, but it's talking about. At some point, it's talking about stuff Ford has in his bag.
Yeah, like a paragraph after.
Yeah, I guess it opens with like saying how no one detected the Vogon spaceships.
Yeah, and it kind of
Except
continues
for-
the thought of Thursday.
Right. Yeah, that's where it started. But it's like the only thing on Earth that detected it was this thing which he keeps in his bag.
Right.
But he also keeps like scripts for plays he can pretend he's auditioning for to keep everybody like away from him.
Yeah, yeah. And a towel.
Right, and it goes into the importance of his towel, but before it really goes off talking about the towel, it leads into that by talking about the Hitchhiker's Guide,
Right, yeah.
which is really like I always find it fascinating in older sci-fi stuff, when they describe like so vividly like an idea for a thing which doesn't exist. But then
Right, yeah.
reading it now, it's like, oh, he's got like an ebook format. Like it's talking about how like, oh, the Hitchhiker's Guide, if it was printed on paper, it
It was like several cities.
it would take up like a city block in just the paper that the hitchhiker would have to carry around with him, which wouldn't be practical. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, he has a.
Yeah.
I think there's a line in there that's like, it's got a screen which can pull up any number of pages in quotation marks. Like, it's essentially like a Kindle.
Yeah, it's just an e-reader. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, hang on. No, this is already a thing.
Yeah. That's why, that's part of why I really wanted to read this book on an e-reader. Even though I had like a physical copy of it, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the ebook version because
Yeah. It was the opposite, because I had it on my phone, but then I was like, oh, it's probably a bit more practical to have on paper for school and stuff.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean it's better in school, because I hear,
Yeah.
even if it's like one of those really basic e-readers that can't go on the internet, sometimes teachers will still get mad at you and take them away.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no electronics, grumble. But,
I do like how this chapter is just what happened in the first chapter, but on just a larger scale. Which is pretty much what this book is. Like, it's just like the whole thing where he didn't notice the bulldozer, and then suddenly he realized it as soon as it's like right outside his door. And then this one, it's the exact same.
yeah, he's like shouting at the guy and everyone's running away, and then he's like finally like he trips and looks up.
Yeah, and he's like, oh my god, what?
It's kind of really
Yeah.
establishing Arthur Dent as like this man that is just completely out of his depth. It's like he's just like a normal guy, and he's like somewhat unobservant, and
Yeah.
is like obviously going to be baffled by all of the space stuff happening.
Yeah.
There was a line I thought that was good around that spot. Let me see if I can find it.
Just running back through all the funny lines, they're quite good. Like the paper bag. That's what they taught us in the army. Man, I'm just reading the chapter again, pretty much.
Lay down and put a paper bag over our heads. If you like.
Yeah.
Will it help?
Yeah.
No. Oh, here it is.
Well, there was that whole paragraph about like the person that had taken this girl out on a date, and then she was like, "Oh, thank God, we're all gonna die."
Right.
But yeah, continue.
Here's the line. It's like, it's talking about the ships, how they were like moving through the sky, and then suddenly they stopped in their position. They're like, just hung in the sky, motionless. It says, the ship's hung in the sky in much the same way that bricks don't.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was
And it
quite
just
funny.
moves on to like the next paragraph or whatever. It's just like, I was reading that, I was like, wait a second. Like, that's really impressive in that it gives a really good mental image, because you just by saying the word brick, like, you think of them as like in very, you know, like specific locations, like very
Right.
firmly placed.
Right, yeah.
But at the same time, like, there could have been any word in that sentence and it still would have made sense, because it was don't. Like,
Yeah.
hang in the sky the same way squirrels don't. Hang in the
Yeah,
sky the same
yeah.
way leprechauns don't. Like, it's just
It's,
like,
it's a weird, like, reverse simile.
yeah, it's like, it's strange, because it's there's no real information, but somehow it paints a picture in your mind.
Yeah.
I also like, how do you feel about the Vogon intercom? Like,
Yeah, that part, yeah, no, that part was quite good. You guys have had all this time, and it's only been 4 light years away. And it's like,
yeah, they're like,
I
it's
have
been,
no
been on display at the planning office.
yeah.
What do
it's
you mean
quite
you've
funny.
never been to Alpha Centauri?
Apathetic bloody planet? I have no sympathy at all. Just stops.
They're great.
But-
They're so bureaucratic.
Yeah. Well, it's quite funny as well. Like, the whole, you can kind of tell the whole time that just Arthur is just pissed.
Yeah,
Like, the whole time. You could just tell, like, the first time he was hungover, and but now this time he's just still drunk because he's just had 3 pints of beer.
right. Yeah. This is
Also, I love-
the second
I
time
love
today for
the-
him as well. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like,
I
no, I
do
didn't
love
go to
the-
the bloody planning office and go into the locked filing cabinet in the basement over in Alpha Centauri. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I do love the bit where it's talking about, I forgot, it's just talking about the satchel. And it was like, oh, and to make sure everyone is calm. Oh, yeah, no, it has, yeah, no, it looks insanely complicated. But to make sure no one panicked, they put the words in all caps, "Don't panic," printed on it in large friendly letters.
yeah.
Which is quite funny. It's like, oh.
I kind of wish I had,
It kind of gives you a, like, yeah, but I'd say that part kind of just shows you, like, how different these two species are in, like, their ways they deal with things. Like, don't panic in, like, giant letters would probably panic a person. But in,
so
like,
I'm reading
to
this.
them, they're like, oh, okay, don't panic, okay.
No, I mean, it's you know, big friendly letters. So
Yeah,
reminding you not to
big
panic.
friendly letters.
But
Well,
also,
I'm guessing it's
also, yeah,
him
it's
trying
like,
to relate to people.
it's like big, all caps, shouting,
Like
"Don't
some of the-
panic." Usually is like gets the opposite result.
Yeah, on my book cover, it's like the top right, and it's just got "Don't panic," and it's like bright red.
Yeah.
With, like, yeah.
I'm reading this on a Kindle Paperwhite, not Spawn. And I really kind of wish I had a case for it that had "Don't panic" on it. That would be amazing.
That would be quite funny, yeah.
I just have like a normal like black leather case or whatever, but I should get a different one that says "Don't panic."
Yeah. Oops, that is the next chapter. Is that all to say about chapter 3?
I guess, yeah. It ends pretty abruptly. And it doesn't actually give indication whether or not they survive. So maybe they're dead. Maybe that's the end of the series. Or we just start following a different character. That's
It's just
clearly what's going to
How
happen.
many pages left of this book? 700 and...
And if you're listening to this and you haven't read along, spoiler, the Earth gets destroyed at the end of chapter 3.
726, 25 minus 726. So the next 701 pages are just describing their horrific death.
Right. 1 millisecond
Of
at a
every
time.
person on Earth. Yeah, it's just drawing out a millisecond into over 700 pages.
Well, no, he said it would take about 2 minutes. Did he mean it was going to happen in 2 minutes? Or the process would take about 2 minutes? Because that's a decent amount of time to be evaporating.
Oh yeah, you'd feel it, wouldn't you? Oh god.
Maybe it's because they have to go through the whole planet. So like everything on the surface would be like in an instant.
Because the way it describes it is it like these are just like giant space bulldozers, but then it says energize the demolition beams. So are they being evaporated or being crushed, or both? I'm guessing both.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're like space bulldozers, except they're not going to actually touch the thing like a bulldozer. They're just going to shoot a beam at it.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah.